to introduce Eveline, who lives in Belgium but is actually a Dutch lady. Thank you for joining me, Eveline.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell us when you first noticed there was something wrong with you?
Yeah, that was about 8 years ago. That's when I got hit by a car, and that's when all my symptoms start. My house doctor was thinking of a whiplash because, yeah, there are also many vague symptoms, such as, I couldn't find my words. I had multiple. I find it hard to translate. Tingling all around my body.
Yes.
I was very confused. I had migraines, so on and so on. Since he thought it was a whiplash, he wouldn't send me to a neurologist. About a half year later, I got problems with my vision also. I went to an eye doctor, who said it was, how do you say it? He could see there was something with my nerves, but it was already on his retour. But I thought it was very vague, so I insisted to see a neurologist, and a year later I attended one. And then the diagnosis was set very quickly.
So, if at that time, when you were diagnosed, if you had to rate your quality of life on a score of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what would you have said your quality of life was?
Between a 3 and a 4.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was really, really poor. Yeah.
And how did that impact on your life? Were you able to...
The impact on my life was huge because in about half a year I couldn't work at all because I was a lawyer and I couldn't sit behind a computer because my vision was so blurry, and I couldn't. How do you say it? I was very agitated also, very tired. When I woke up, I was already almost crying in the shower because I was so tired. So quality of life was very, very poor.
And how did you hear about LDN?
That was about 8 years later. I must say there is a whole trajectory in between because I heard from Dr. Maas. That's a Dutch doctor who said that MS is due to multiple food intolerances, MS, and I found out for myself that I was intolerant for many foods, and I eliminated that food from my diet, and that went very well for about, I think, 5-6 years. Then my intolerances started to spread. Every week there were another 3 foods or something that I couldn't tolerate, and when I ate that, my MS got worse and worse. So that was a very troubling period, and I wouldn't have. I don't want to take regular MS medication because all of the side effects. So I went googling, and I heard something about LDN, but not so much. And then I got very interested, and I did a lot of research, and I think in a couple of 1 or 2 months, I made the decision to try it. And it was April 2014. Yeah.
Okay, so it's nearly a year. What would you say your experience was? Do you have any introductory side effects when you first started?
Now I have to say, and I don't know if you're familiar with that. At first I didn't have so-called exorphine-free diet. Exorphine, do you know the term?
No.
No. Now, in Belgium, there's a very on LDN users. He's famous. He's called Lucas Flamand from Extendo. Do you know? Do you heard of him?
Yeah.
Have you heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and he says that to have the most effect as possible from LDN, you have to follow an exophene-free diet. So that's no gluten, no caffeine, no soya, no spinach, because they work on the same receptors as LDN does. And at the beginning, I didn't follow such a diet. So I went slowly. I began with a quart milligram, and then then with sorry, or then I how do you say it? I
increased.
Yes, I increased the dose. And then from 1.5 milligram, I felt worse. So that's when the side effects started. So that was obvious for me that was too high. And then I started the exophene-free diet. I had to diminish my dose, and that went well. But now. I notice very quickly when my dose is too high. So when my dose is too high, then I have side effects. Otherwise, no. And the side effects are, according to Lucas Flamand, due to a so-called core down regulation. That's a particular group of receptors, endorphin receptors, that doesn't work properly because they are. How do you say it? You have had too much stress in your life, and you have had too much comfort food, such as sugar, exophines, and that's true. That sounded familiar for me.
And what did you notice? What were these side effects?
The side effects were drowsiness, deterioration of my MS symptoms. Such as cognitive unclarity, brain fog, headaches, difficulty to wake up at morning. That are the side effects. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and now you've been on LDN for this length of time. What is your MS like now?
My MS, it's still a combination of avoiding certain foods and taking LDN, but I'm very less agitated. I'm less tired. I've got plenty of energy. I feel more well at overall. So I'm less depressed. I sleep better. And when I do have MS symptoms, they pass away more quickly and they are less severe.
Mm-hmm. That's good. And what would you say your quality of life is like now on that score of 1 to 10?
Between a 7 and 8.
That's quite remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So would you say you can still carry on leading a normal life? Yeah,
most of the time I am. Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, mm-hmm. But I still say it's a combination of LDN and the diets, and then I can lead a quite normal life. Yes, yeah.
And what would you say to other people that are thinking of trying LDN?
Yeah, give it a shot, because but start slowly with the dosage, and listen very carefully to your body, because your body tells you what dosage is quite good for you. Although there are many people that can tolerate 3 or even more milligrams. I see at the Dutch LDN forum there are also many people who have side effects and who quit too quickly, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because so many doctors are giving a description for, like my doctor, to start at 3.5 milligram. But that's too high in my opinion to start.
Mm-hmm. Well, most people these days start on just 1.5 milligrams. Usually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I noticed it at the LDN forum. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I think that's how do you say it? A gemiddelde.
A good.
Yeah, that's average. Yeah.
Yes. Well, maybe I can get you to translate our information pack into perhaps Belgium or Flemish they speak, don't they, and Dutch. I'll have a word with you after. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing your experience with us.
And thank you very much for your good work, and it's wonderful what you're doing. And let's hope, that LDN becomes more known, and